Please welcome Ministry of Labour Cabinet Secretary Honorable Simon Chelugui.
You can take your seats. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, the organizers of this job fair, specifically National Employment Authority, the board, and this DG, who have done a good job. I think we went round this morning, visited some stands there. We have trainers, we have agencies, we have institutions of government and private company employers who have participated in this forum. And I think we are all delighted. We are very happy about it. And maybe to pick from where the CAS left, the play that we've just witnessed or we've just seen a few minutes ago, actually is the way to go. We've been dealing. We are here because we have a challenge we are trying to solve. We're trying to sort out. And we can only do this in partnership with the community through simple messages that can relate with the people and be able to overcome. Some of this can be some of the challenges we are dealing with can actually be managed through community participation, including what we've just seen. So I want to thank you, Nea, for such a wonderful organization. So I want to begin by acknowledging the presence of our CAS, Bwana Jackson Kala, Engineer Peter Tum, our PS, our Regional Commissioner and friend, Dr. John Elungata, Madam Jacqueline Mugo, FKE CEO, and also the ILO Country Director Representative, who is Madam Aido Awe, and IOM Deputy Chief of Mission, Emra Gula, the NEA Board of Directors, our DG have mentioned, our heads of department, Ministry staff, NEA staff, invited guests, the media, and those who are joining us virtually, good afternoon. I am delighted to join you all this morning as we interact with members of this sector in the labor market through this job fair organized by National Employment Authority, which is themed towards self-reliance and decent job opportunities. Labor is one of the most critical factors of production and plays a central role in economic growth of any economy. And in an economy like ours, having decent job is what most youth seek for, because it offers them an exit from poverty and ticket to better life. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Labor mission is promotion of decent work, skills, development, and sustainable job creation. To achieve this mission, the ministry is expected to develop and implement employment policies, programs, and strategies, a role which the ministry has partly delegated to its agencies like National Employment Authority and National Industrial Training Authority. In the implementation of this mandate, NEA is expected to provide comprehensive institutional framework for employment management, enhance employment promotion interventions, and also enhance access of employment by our youth, minorities, and marginalized groups. I note that since NEA board was fully constituted last year, they have played this role rather well. And I want to thank the entire board and the management by the acting Director General, Madam Edith Okoki, for the efforts you have put in place to create visibility of this new saga. It is every parent's dream and prayer that upon graduation, and you saw this in the play we watched, that their children will be easily absorbed in the labor market. And so unemployment or underemployment is one of the most challenging social issue in our country and maybe in the region. And it's for that reason that we are giving this fair the highest consideration it deserves. It is something that we need to collectively, as a country, address. This is something that can stabilize our nation, grow our country, and build the future generation if we address. And I am happy with the comments of our regional commissioner, Dr. Elungata, that as we focus on foreign jobs, we should also look inwards on the opportunities, what we can create, what we can generate locally, so that we can save our young people from destitution or poverty. In particular, in the last 10 years, our government has implemented a number of strategies meant to create a better investment climate in the country, hence creating an enabling environment for employment creation. Some of these opportunities have come because of investment by national government and even our devolved system, the county government. We now have many civil and road works, investment in water, investment in roads, investment in our ports, our railway system. All these are opportunities, internal opportunities in our country. So as we look forward to other jobs elsewhere, to cover extra graduates from our education system, it is also important that we take care of jobs within home. Some of these strategies include reduction in cost of living or cost of doing business, expanded democratic space, which has kept political risk low, improved governance, simplification of business registration processes. Young men can walk today to business registration center in the Attorney General's office, and in a walk-in, walk-out, they can come up with their certificate of incorporation. All this facilitation national government is doing to ensure we give our young people opportunities. We have also simplification of business registration, improvement in physical infrastructure that I've mentioned, and these are enablers of business. When we have a good road in Mombasa, Dongokundu, Malindi, Mombasa, and the rest of the country, these are all facilitators of business and employment. The last mile connectivity, promotion of science, technology, and innovations, and improved ICT. I don't think there is any county in Kenya now without ICT connectivity or interconnectivity. And all these are enablers to our local jobs and business opportunities for our young people. The government has also enhanced the affirmative action funds such as Uweso Fund, the Women Enterprise Fund, and initiatives such as access to government procurement opportunities. And as we went round, we managed to see 2 young men who are supported by Youth Fund, who have become employers. One of them is employing 10 young people, others are employing 15 people, and these are cases that we need to profile so that as we do job fairs, we are not just looking at the big employers, we also look at our own, the coming, the young, the SMEs. This is where we have the highest number of jobs. In Kenya, we have 18 million jobs. 3 million are formal, me and most of you. The other 15 million are informal. And some of these big corporates started as young, as small as the ones we saw this morning. At the Ministry of Labor, the government enhanced the capacity of NITA to offer relevant industrial skills training and encourage industrial collaboration through curriculum development. And this we have achieved through partnership with the Ministry of Education and recognition of prior learning amongst our young people. I went down about a year ago to NITA in Mombasa here and found many people, many young people and even average age people who have been doing a lot of things out there, but no benefit of certification. Even when they go abroad without certification, they don't attract the good jobs. They don't get, even their welfare, their pay is not comparable or commensurate to other workers from other countries. And so NITA is trying to certify skills, knowledge of our people, so that as they look for jobs here at home and abroad, we are able to classify. And when I talk of certificates, I know we've come from, we've been treated to a lot of drama in the country in the last 1 month on the kind of certificates that people are carrying. Some of our people we thought have gone to school, we've just learned later that we are carrying certificates which we may not be able to recognize or verify. So what NITA does for such people, including those who are carrying those certificates, they recognize prior learning. So if you came with your certificate, you will go to NITA with your skill, and they will evaluate the entry level of your grade, and they begin to improve. And as you progress, you go on until you become a certified technician. At the Ministry of Labor, the government also enhanced data collection to identify skills needs in the ministry, promoted productivity practices, and I know the Director of National Productivity is with us, strengthened social dialogue through tripartism, promoted the need for investing in occupational safety and health, strengthened the capacity of NEA to provide employment services through online job seekers, registration and placement of job seekers both in local and foreign market. We've supported NEA. They are almost completing their headquarters in Kabete, and also establishment of the job centers regionally. And all this will enhance access to information and also support by National Employment Authority. While the government has done a lot to promote the decent work, lack of timely, reliable, and up-to-date labor market information has sometimes hampered these efforts. It's on this backdrop that the Ministry of Labor, through National Employment Authority, planned these job fairs. And I really want to personally thank you, DG and your board of directors, for this fair. I wish we had done it 2 years ago, but I don't blame you, because we could not congregate like this because of COVID protocols. But even then, we've not lost much. We can still salvage and move on. I appreciate the searching for job is normally very frustrating for most job seekers, especially when they do not know where to start. Let me therefore encourage all job seekers to register themselves through NEAMI's online job seekers portal. This will give you an opportunity to see all available jobs. And we are equally encouraging employers, both big and small, to advertise their opportunities, job opportunities, through NEA-MIS portal. Because through this, we have made provision for free interview space in our offices. So any employer, small or big, who wishes to conduct interviews, there is a provision for space in our NEA offices. And we have officers who can facilitate that, so that we have an interaction between job seekers and employers. Let me also bring to your attention that NEA has established employment promotion centers at the county level. Let me encourage all employers to take advantage of these employment promotion centers to advertise available vacancies through NEA online. Through this portal, you will attract job seekers from all corners of our country. I also want to encourage employers to use that service. Let me also encourage employers to use the online NEA-MIS to file your employment return. A number of employers are expected, or rather, NEA by law is expected to receive and record employment opportunities returns every year. Very few companies, very few employers have done so. And I think NEA should be able to convene a similar conference with all human resource companies so that we can be able to track the growth in employment. We can be able to give proper, accurate statistics on the employment rate and levels every year. We normally rely on Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, who conduct their survey using estimates, sometimes using questionnaires. But through these returns, we will be able to know how many formal jobs were created in our country, both public and private. As I conclude, let me also now inform you that as a ministry, we've journeyed together with many partners, IOM and ILO, and I want to appreciate. Last year, we were able to caucus and pitched for election of the first African Director General of ILO. And we sat in many forums, in Djibouti, in Kigali, in Dar es Salaam, in Arusha, in Botswana. And we consolidated our African vote, and we got the first DG from Africa. It is through this new DG that many conventions of higher law will be discussed, focusing on Africa. And in the last engagement we had in Geneva, I had a courtesy call to the new DG. And they has asked us to come up with an African position and Kenyan position on issues that we want to push at the international level. So this is an opportunity for us, and we believe we'll be able to prevail on countries that still abuse workers, countries that still undermine the welfare and the rights of workers who are providing service. We are offering service to other people, whether it is domestic work, whether it's skill and skill. That is a service, and that service needs to be respected, paid for, and taken care of. There are people who still don't recognize that. Through ILO, we will be able to rein in at international level on countries that abuse our people. This is a challenge we've been dealing with. This is a national issue. I have been summoned severally to Senate and Parliament, and it is a concern amongst Kenyans, where our people have lost lives. Some have even been humiliated, some have been abused. And all these efforts that we are doing today is to bring out the issues that we deal with on a daily basis and sensitize our Kenyan people on how to conduct themselves, how to engage with private employers, agencies, how to identify a good agency and the process involved. It is our wish as government that all Kenyans who desire, who wishes to travel, who are seeking for jobs abroad, to use established processes, to use established agencies. You have to go through a license, a registered agency. This registration is not a gate to collect fees for per year. It is a process that checks the integrity, the honesty, and also to ensure that that agency continuously comply with the set out rules and regulations. They must know where you are going. They must know the employer on the other side. They must partner with an agency on the other side so that the movement from Kenya to that destination country is as smooth as possible. We look forward to a day when employers here in Kenya, private employers agency, will be able to coordinate online with private agencies abroad, and they will be able to track our Kenyan workers almost online, almost spot on, to know where they are and where they are, how the welfare is. Recently, the government of Kenya, I want to thank the President for listening and appreciating the work of private employer agencies, the work of the Ministry of Labor, and providing through a budgetary provision allocation to establish safe homes. And we are going to begin by identifying, surveying for that safe home in Saudi Arabia. We will start with Saudi Arabia and we will go to other areas so that any Kenyan who is in distress or loses his job can actually move to that safe home. We are now looking at the mechanics of operationalizing that home, which may include the insurance that we pay at the pre-departure moment, and also through a minimum fee that will be charged to private employment agencies or the worker himself, contributing to the sustenance of that safe home. Lastly, last year, we did travel with the President to United Kingdom, and we signed a memorandum of understanding with the United Kingdom for provision of 20,000 nurses. Yesterday, we were able to flag out the first cohort of nurses to go to United Kingdom to work with NHS. It is my hope that with this first cohort, we have now built a capacity to go through the processes, the test involved, and be able to transition to United Kingdom and many other countries. Our focus as we deal with the issues of low-skilled and under-skilled Kenyans who are seeking for jobs abroad, we are also opening a new window for the skilled workers in medical workers, aviation sector, technical services, which are skills in demand, in high demand abroad. I heard my sister Jacqueline Muko tell us that the population of workers in Europe is beyond 60 years. You find a bus driver struggling to turn a bus steer at 60. And we are very young, energetic men here. People who are the pilots operating the railway system and the trains in those countries. So we need to build partnership with our training institutions, our schools, our colleges, and I'm happy Kenyatta University is part of this job fair. I want to encourage all training institutions in Kenya to partner with the National Employment Authority so that as NEA surveys for skills gaps in the world, we are able to generate through our curriculum from our training institutions, our TVETs, our polytechnics, our universities, our colleges, teachers training colleges, medical training colleges, the Utalii College, all the hospitality training institutions, all these institutions, we can even train for export, not necessarily for our domestic market. Our nurses can be trained on the language, German language, and also their skill in nursing. And we can export to Germany, specifically trained students. So all this, if we partner together, we have a whole setup, a one-stop shop for all this, both locally and even abroad. I know many people have been arguing that we are pushing for export of labor and keeping quiet on opportunities at home. We are not, as government, we are not, we don't sit and plan to export a certain group of people and leave opportunities for other people. We only facilitate those who wish to go abroad. We ensure they have a smooth, orderly, safe transition to those opportunities they are seeking. So I want to conclude. I wish you fruitful interactions, and through this job fair, the ministry of out this issue of labor migration. It's an opportunity for us to transfer skills to those countries we are going, and it's also an opportunity for our people when they return and reintegrate with our society. They transfer knowledge they bring remittances, they bring skills from those countries, and that is how we will move our country forward faster. I'm imagining a nurse who left yesterday to work with NHS UK. After 6 years, will be placed in Kenyatta Hospital, Mombasa Hospital, in Murang'a Hospital, and they will be bringing another level of service on nursing, which is learned, transferred from UK. That is how we will be able to progress our service delivery as a government, or as a country. The ministry and NEA also plans to share challenges associated with labor migration management and to share the efforts which the government has put in place to ensure ethical recruitment process by private employment recruitment agencies, and also put in mechanisms to enhance protection of Kenyan migrant workers. Let me also mention that our government recognizes that our economy is not creating enough jobs fast to absorb the large number of youths graduating every year. And it's for that reason that Labour is supporting a well-managed migration process because of socio-economic benefits it brings to our country. Even as we promote labor migration, we are not oblivious of the challenges experienced in some destination countries. However, our government has put in place measures to ensure Kenyans wishing to migrate to other countries are assured of their protection in line with an international convention and standards. We came up with an initiative 2 years ago, Regional Ministerial Forum, which I chaired for 2 years, and we've just handed over to the Minister of Labor in Ethiopia. And through this regional forum, we are able to come together as a source country for domestic workers and skilled labor. And we are pushing, we want to engage as a region our destination markets, more so the Middle East countries where we've had challenges. We believe that Ethiopia will not drop the baton and they will keep the eyes on the ball so that we minimize the kind of challenges we are going through. I know it's been a big issue here, Regional Commissioner, along the coast, and we work together. We don't want to kill the sector, we want to facilitate the sector, but ensure the safety of our people comes first. Lastly, as we think about strategies to reduce youth unemployment, I want to challenge NEA and National Human Resource Planning Development to come up with career navigator. Most students in our country choose their career very late in life, mostly at the Form 3 or Form 4. For most of them, the joys of university is just a routine activity before sitting for their national exam, and mostly much thought is not put in it. Going forward, we would hope to start engaging with students at secondary schools for partnering with employers so that we can start having career fairs in schools. This will help students immediately they join secondary school to start engaging with the industry players to help them shape their career choices. This will also help to broaden the horizons of most students by interacting directly with industry players. Finally, it is my hope that National Employment Authority will document success stories from the first job fair and use it as a learning curve for other upcoming job fairs. Not just in Kenya, not just in our regions. I look forward to many fairs in Nakuru, in Eldoret, in Kisumu, in Nairobi, and even in Garissa, where we showcase some of this and bring all the players in one room like this. But not just in Kenya, including our destination countries. We need to bring the training institutions in a job fair abroad so that we can showcase our skills. We have we have 317 certified teachers in Kenya, 1,000, who are in need of jobs. I saw that from the Teacher Service Commission strategic plan. We have 30,000 nurses who have graduated from medical training colleges who are not on post. We have many aviation experts, hospitality experts who have gone through Utalii College and they have not been placed. So through these job fairs abroad, we could be able to profile our ability, our skills as a country in those destination markets, so that we begin to choose the right jobs, as opposed to them just picking and us just falling for anything. When you watch that show by those young people, you realize the real life. You begin to feel the kind of challenges our people go through every day. So it's my belief that going forward, thousands of prospective job seekers will attend future job fairs for career talks, and hope that some of the employers may also take advantage of these job fairs to directly recruit and interview job seekers. So I think with those many remarks, nataka kuwashukuru na kuwatakia heri wale wote ambao wamehusika katika hii kongamano. Tunawashukuru na pia kuwashukuru NEA kwa hiyo kazi wamefanya, na tunaomba kwamba wataweza kufanya hii kongamano kule Nairobi, Mombasa, na kule bara, unaita bara, kule Kisumu, Eldoret, Garissa, ili Wakenya waweze kupata kuelewa ni nini na tunafanya, ni mpango gani na taratibu gani tunatumia wakati tunapo saidia Wakenya ambao wamepata nafasi ya kazi kule ughaibuni. Kwa haya mengi na machache, nataka kuwashukuru. Mungu awabariki.